Hello everyone, welcome back to Royalty Soaps. Today I'm making the first log of the huge commissioned order that I have. The way that they've ordered it is that they've ordered some soap logs that they don't want cut, like they're going to use for display, and then they want others in bars that are packaged. So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to film the ones that I'm going to cut, because there are some repeats. For example, today we're doing English Rose Garden. They want two 12-bar logs uncut, and then they want one 16-bar loaf cut. So we're going to film all the 16 bars. That way, you know, there's not lots of repeat videos. Now the thing is that they didn't like the English Rose Garden scent, so we're going to do Sweet Pea scent and still do the English Rose Garden style. So for everyone that has been wanting me to remake English Rose Garden, I'm sorry, but this one's actually not going to be for sale, but I'm still going to try to teach you some things along the way. Also, I have already poured this. I'm simply going to be displaying the piping and the cutting on this video. And I'm going to be a nice person, and I'm going to share with you all the piping tips and all the tricks and stuff that I figured out along the way. So I hope you all enjoy, and let's get started. The first thing to show would be the soap. I've already poured this. I did a drop swirl. The main color is colored with rose clay, and then I have some pink and some green and some lighter green, and those were the drop colors. And then of course I sprayed the top with 90% rubbing alcohol and did a little pretty design. So there is the log, and here is the frosting. Now this is going to go on top. I'm going to pipe this nicely, and then I'm going to use this for the stems and the leaves. And then I have made a whole bunch of rose embeds with melt and pour and my brand new Vanillé rose mold. The piping tips being used is the Atico, let's see, what does this say? 855. This is a star tip, and that's what I'll be making the base for all the flowers and stuff with. And then for the actual flowers, I will be using a Wilton 352. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for the frosting to thicken up, I have set out all of the roses that I'm going to be using in accordance with the mold, so that I can just reach over real easy and grab them. That just saves a lot of time in the end. So if you're going to be using a lot of embeds like I am, I suggest you do that while you're waiting on the frosting or your lye to cool down or something like that. Oh, look. Meow, meow, meow. Hello, meow, meow. He has such pretty blue eyes. Yes, don't you, meow, meow? Yes, you do. Pretty blue eyes. Let's see your blue eyes, huh? No, maybe not. This is Alexander. He's a pretty meow meow. Yeah. There's his eyes. Look how pretty. Here's what I've done next. Again, I'm skipping all the boring parts. I've taken some of my frosting that isn't ready to pipe yet. This is not pipeable consistency. But I'm putting it underneath what I will be piping as a base so that it will be taller. Because when I put these little, roses in, sorry, I'm a little stopped up, then they'll be at different heights. So some on the side will be shorter than the ones in the middle, which is what I want. So again, let me show you. This is when I see a lot of people starting to pipe their cupcakes. Not ready. I know it's holding its shape, I know it's leaving peaks, but it's still not ready. The best way to tell is if you wiggle this and the mixture moves, that means it's still too thin. As you can see, I have put dark green on top, and although my piping is not completely ready, I'm going to start making the markings on top where I'm going to need to put the roses. I think this is just going to save me some time. Also, this particular part doesn't need to be real thick. It's really the sides that need to be thick. So I'm going to do it just like this, and then I'm going to go ahead and put the middle soap rose in. I have measured on the sides of my mold the bar width, so I know where each of it is. I know you can't see that where you're located, but it's there. Okay. The ends are always weird. And I'm going to try to cover up some of that green on the sides. That dark green was really for an accent color, for when the bar is cut. It's not really supposed to be seen on the outside of the soap until then. As you can see, it's really, really easy for me to do this because I just reach right across and plop it on. This is why setting out the soaps beforehand is something I so greatly advise. I'm trying to do this rather quickly, not because the soap is thickening too fast or anything like that, but because it's humid outside and my embeds are already starting to sweat a little. I have sprayed them all with rubbing alcohol, but it doesn't always do it. Now here is how you do the flowers. I'm just going to show you once my piping's not completely ready, so I'm just going to do one rose. And I'm having to hold this and do this at the same time, so forgive if it looks a little weird. You're just going to squeeze out, just like that. See? Just a little petal. And then you do one on the other side, and then you just keep going. You turn it like this, squeeze and pull. The end. That's all you do. Alright, so then I added the roses on either side and added one little leaf on the bottom, even though on the top there is a leaf on either side. So there's a leaf on either side on the roses on top and a leaf at the bottom on the roses on the side. It's the same over here. Yes, that took a long time. That took about 20 minutes. Which actually, you know, isn't that. I am now going to spray this with 90% rubbing alcohol and sprinkle some glitter on top. I have a question for you guys. Where do you buy your glitter? Your no leaking glitter? Because, you know, sometimes when you buy glitter and you put it on cold processed soap, it like has metal in it and it like rusts on your soap. Well, I found some glitter, like craft glitter, that doesn't do that, but when I went back to the store to buy some more, it was all gone. So I need more glitter, but I don't know where to get it. So if anybody has any thoughts on that, that'd be great. I would also like to get some of those on like hexagon glitters. They're actually kind of big, but I think that they look cool. I don't know if they would bleed or not, so any thoughts or comments on that would be awesome sauce. So I'm running out of glitter, and goodness knows you can't run out of glitter. That's just not okay. Once more, this is what the soap looks like while it's wet, and I will come back tomorrow and cut it. We're back 18 hours later. As y'all can see, I've already cut some of the bars, but I'm going to cut these on camera. Mama is nice enough to film for me today.
Yes, you're ever the cheater. Cutting without us.
Yeah. So y'all can see I did a drop swirl here, and I was able to do this because Sweet Pea, although it's a floral, actually makes trace go a little bit slower. So when your soap is thick, it gets a little thinner after you add that fragrance, which is very, very uncommon for any type of floral. Normally, there's going to be some ricing, there's going to be some acceleration, something like that, but not with Sweet Pea. And normally, though, I use English Rose Garden, or English Rose from Brambleberry for this fragrance, but because it's a commissioned order.
Commissioned. Fancy word.
Yes, because it's commissioned. They did not want that.
I thought that was called a custom order, not a commissioned order.
Commissioned sounds nice. It sounds like they're buying a piece of art.
Yes, it does. But that's not what you have on your website, so that's funny.
No, it's not what I have on my website, but...
Why don't you just change up all the vocabulary?
I should.
Look! A child!
I love a drop swirl.
I do too.
I think it's because the
Smell
colors... Smell it. It's because the colors
Smells
stay...
good, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's because...
I wasn't asking you.
Oh. I think it's because all the colors stay,
Yeah, you can see them. They're independent of each other, but they're next to each other really close.
they're still swirly.
They're curly cues in there.
Swirly.
Yeah, it looks great. And I like the roses.
I do
on the
too.
top.
And I made them purposefully so they would have a little bit of a different color.
Sure.
So that they would look more natural.
Variable color.
Yes, it's a variable color.
You'll use the word commission, but you won't use the word variable.
You could say varied colors.
Yes.
So yes, these are not going to be for sale. Sorry, y'all.
Aren't you going to make more like
I am
this?
going to make more, and they will have the sweet pea scent, not the...
And they will look like this?
And they will look just like
We'll
this.
cross our fingers and hope she gets that swirl right.
Yeah. since it's different every time.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
and
man,
there
that's
have
funny.
been batches, not many, but a few where the swirl didn't work.
It's true, and it came out, and I was just like, what is that?
It's a maugey gray mess. Beautiful.
Well, I thank you guys very much for watching the making and the cutting of my English Rose Garden / Sweet Pea soap. Again, I will be making 2 more 17-bar logs of this, and 10 of them I will be keeping for the Etsy store. So, if you want one of these with the scent of sweet pea...
I want one.
Yeah, I know you do. Then it will be in the shop probably at the end of March. Thanks all for watching.